Hey everyone! Today we will be talking about why 90 Day Fiancé fans want to cancel Angela, is it true that she is divorcing Michael, his visa journey, and Angela's new beauty procedures. So, Angela came under a lot of scrutiny online this week. On the latest episode of 90 Day Fiancé, we witnessed a mostly one-sided fight between Angela and Michael. The fight, which started off with Angela not getting enough support from Michael during her weight loss surgery, escalated when she was unable to legally hack into his phone. The heated argument in the cell phone shop devolved into a string of curses.
You know what? You know your woman so well, you don't know me worth a. Oh, shut up. You're a nasty son of a bitch.
Oh, you want me to start saying about you? What you call me?
I know how you see I'm calling you a bitch. I do that openly. You're the one that's the nice guy. I never claim to be the nice bitch. I am that bitch your mama warned you about. Remember that? I'm the American prideful bitch, remember? I'm loose mouth. Remember? Don't you tell me how I can talk.
She later also said that she suspects Michael just wants to use her and he should marry a Nigerian woman.
You're a son of a bitch. You're a punk, Mike. I have had it with you. You need to find you a Nigerian woman. I don't want to be married anymore. Look, I'm setting you free. Go get who you want to get. This relationship is over.
I'm not gonna beg you.
Okay.
90 Day Fiancé fans were appalled at Angela's behavior. Lots of people online said she displayed an example of verbal abuse and domestic violence towards Michael. Many viewers also say that TLC should cancel Angela from the program. On that note, we must remember the situation between Big Ed and his ex-girlfriend Liz. Following leaked phone call, which in some ways resembled Angela's conversation with Michael, fans started a petition to fire Big Ed. At this moment, the petition has over 43,000 signatures. The fans also flooded TLC's social media accounts with hashtag #CancelBigEd. However, the production company, the network, and Big Ed himself are silent and not addressing the situation, further proving that they could care less about fans' outrage. Therefore, I don't believe that Angela will be cancelled. Angela has more fans than Big Ed does, and they still love her and believe the episodes of her nasty behavior towards Michael are all staged. Moreover, she has been displaying worrisome behavior since day one on the show. She got physical with Michael, she smashed a cake on his face, she told him that he couldn't work in order to be online 24/7 and available to her.
She threw my clothes in the hallway, she made me sleep in the car, and now she threw a cake at me. Whatever I did, I don't think I deserve that. I mean, how much more can I take?
Some people also bring up Angela's history of outbursts at 90 Day Fiancé tell-all sets. On her first tell-all, she went after Rachel. On her second one, she allegedly hit Avery's mom, Avery and Rebecca. After that, she toned down, but still, even during her fourth virtual tell-all, she went against Tammy, Asualu's sister, though a lot of people actually supported her on that. 90 Day Fiancé fan account IB Trash Talking posted a snapshot of Angela's behavior during the tell-alls. Mrs. Dim herself appeared in the comments and called the post bullying and that they filmed the tell-alls for 16 to 18 hours and we only see 2 of them. She ended the comment with the hashtag "Cancel, I'm not going nowhere, idiot." Still, most of the fans believe that the criticism against Angela is valid, and for someone who demands respect so hard, she is not giving respect to others, including Michael. That is not it when it comes to 90 Day viewers criticizing Angela recently. She has also been put on blast for promoting gummy vitamins, which might mislead some fans as to what role they played in her weight loss. Multiple bloggers and media outlets published news recently about Angela divorcing Michael. Analyzing some information, I have reached the conclusion that the rumors of divorce are greatly exaggerated. Firstly, we saw multiple cast members going to a divorce lawyer this season, for example Tiffany and Kalani. We are also going to see Angela going to the lawyer, but I doubt it will result in her filing for a divorce. Also, the timeline of filming is pointing to Angela and Michael still being together. Season 6 of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After was probably filmed in summer or fall 2020. As you may recall on the towel for Happily Ever After Season 5 that was filmed last summer, Angela was already wearing the mask to cover the abscesses she developed on Season 6. Since then, we've seen Angela still posting pictures with Michael to her social media up to the end of spring 2021. She even congratulated her mother-in-law with Mother's Day. Interestingly, Angela divorced her first husband due to trust issues, much like the ones she is experiencing with Michael.
I've been married one time. We was married 3 years. He was my first love, but it was a bad experience. It was very difficult to trust him. So I just never want to marry again after him, ever. Ever. But then everything changed when Michael came along.
Angela appeared on a live show with Dr. Drew at the end of May 2021. On that show, she said that while Michael was unsupportive of her surgeries, he still calls her Angela baby. She also confirmed that he is still her husband.
It's hard not to have great affection for Michael.
Is he
it's
alive?
really hard.
Well, he's still my husband.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. Do we have problems? You have to watch the show.
Yeah.
You know,
But I
when you
mean,
get
how
married,
is he? Is he healthy? Is he?
He's in good
sane?
shape. He's
Oh,
okay.
Michael's going to need a balloon.
Oh, he's gaining some weight.
Okay.
No,
My glasses.
he's fine. He's put on some weight, but yeah, he's got That's
Okay,
about
I
it,
know you
yeah.
can't tell us.
90 Day Fiancé blogger John Yates, who appears to be Angela's friend, hinted this week that Michael and Angela are not divorcing and they still love each other. But will Michael eventually come to the States? With regards to Michael's visa denial, some fans still can't comprehend as to why this happened. The viewers never find out the reason behind the denial, but there's some speculation as to why it happened. On season 7 of 90 Day Fiancé, Michael went for his K1 visa interview and was denied, much to his dismay. To explain what has possibly happened, we need to take a look at the K1 visa process. The couple has petitioned for a visa and the file is initially reviewed by USCIS. From there, the file is picked up by the local consulate and is reviewed further. Then, the interview is scheduled to determine the ineligibilities of the foreigner. Those could be not meeting the financial requirements, criminal past, and suspicion that the relationship is fraudulent and was created with the purpose of the foreigner obtaining a way to immigrate. Nigeria is notorious for immigration fraud and romance scams, and it definitely reflects on genuine couples and makes the consulate be extra careful. During the interview, the consulate employee pays attention to body language and asks questions to determine whether the relationship is real. Assuming Michael doesn't have any other red flags, like arrests or overstaying visa in another country, what happened was probably the visa officer determination that Michael and Angela's relationship was not genuine. According to visa officers, the red flags in Michael and Angela's relationship would be the fact that he's from Nigeria, the age gap between the two, and the gender reversal, as usually it is older American men marrying younger foreigners. So, at the outset, the officer was probably already inclined to refuse, and Michael's answers and demeanor probably didn't do anything to persuade the officer away from that decision. Some fans were wondering if Michael's participation on 90 Day Fiancé, and particularly his excitement for going to the US rather than being with Angela, affected the application. It is likely not the case, as the visa officer should be unbiased and pass the application to someone else if they know the couple personally or from the media.
Here I come, Donald Trump. I'm coming to see you.
To bring Michael to the US, Angela decided to petition for Tier 1 visa, which is a spousal visa. That is why Angela married Michael in Nigeria. Unfortunately for them, soon after they married, the US imposed the travel ban on Nigeria, which affected all types of immigration visas. The ban was revoked this year under a new administration. Tier 1 visa gives Angela and Michael better chances to reunite in the States, however it is not a guarantee.
It's my tax-paying right.
At this point, we are certain that Michael is not in the US. Should that have been the case, he would certainly get spotted in the airport of landing or in Hazelhurst. Angela recently was spotted in Los Angeles with 2 cast members from Vanderpump Rules. Angela looks like she lost even more weight, but she was spotted with cigarettes despite her efforts on the season to quit. Earlier this month, the 55-year-old Georgia native paid a visit to Beverly Hills Center for plastic surgery to enhance a few of her facial features following her drastic weight loss surgery. She had lip fillers and Botox-like injections done.
He's almost done. He's almost done. But you want your lips to be even, so he's almost done.
The other side.
And then, yeah.
The number of plastic surgeries and procedures Angela had done leads the fans to 2 questions. Did Angela abandon the idea of giving birth to Michael's child? And how can she afford all those procedures? I believe that Angela had long abandoned the plan to give Michael a child. We know that her daughter Skyla refused to give Angela her egg. Moreover, Angela just had her gastric sleeve surgery done recently, and it is not recommended to get pregnant for 2 years after having a bariatric surgery. The total cost of the procedures Angela had done has probably reached over $50,000 already, and it keeps increasing. Therefore, fans are questioning how a grandma of 6, who could barely afford to travel to Nigeria 4 years ago, can shell so much money on cosmetic procedures. The answer is simple. Probably most of the cost was waived in exchange for Doctor's exposure on the show and on Angela's social media, where she actively promotes Dr. Obeng and Dr. Kashani. Angela was also spotted with Natasha, the employee of the clinic she got her surgery in. In the interview with Dr. Drew, Angela confirmed that Natasha has been a great help for her to lose weight, as she encouraged her to make a lifestyle change. But even if it wasn't for the procedures being free, Angela is making a lot of money. She promotes products on her Instagram, has Cameo and merch store. One cameo from Angela cost $125, and she had done lots of these. She also launched her merch store, and for now it only has 3 products. As a very seasoned 90 Day Fiancé cast member, she is probably making much more money than the newbies, around a couple of $1,000s per episode. Rumor has it Angela had quit her job altogether to homeschool her grandkids, and she is living off her reality TV fame. Do you think that Angela should be cancelled from 90 Day Fiancé? Or do you believe she has a good heart? Please let me know your thoughts down in the comments. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like. Your likes and comments will be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.